Hello, hello. Thank you for checking in. It's Funny Friday, a regular feature of Live with Lorielle New, where we share jokes to put you in a good mood for the weekend. So I hope that you have some jokes to share with everybody. Hello, hello. Let me say hello to everybody. Allura Star and Shocker and Sturgis Guy and Thesis and House of Dave and Sam and St. Clinton and Eric and Petey and Tim and Ryan and Photo and Philip Chandler and Mark Mean and Star Raven and Angie. Oops, there's YouTube. That's how long the lag is. Angie Tomlinson and Fairies Lover and Lucky Girl and Azure Yusuf and the Cram and Marcel and Jim Dandy and Sturgis Guy and Bill Knaus and Scott Kimmis and Joe Barney and Red Stapler and John McCain and Sam and St. Clinton and N1QOV and Red Stapler and Blair Cooper and Brett and Terry Sue and Cosmic Joe and Jay Dahlman and Boot and Swede and Wing Doggy, and let me make sure I didn't miss anybody. I hope everybody's feeling good today. Special shout out to Philip Chandler. I hope you're feeling better. And Sam and Blair Cooper. Oh, Blair, sorry, I got distracted yesterday. I think I forgot to email you back something. Anyhow, let me make sure. All right, hello. So how's everybody doing? And does anyone have any jokes? And Marcel has the very first joke of the day already. Woohoo! All right, Marcel says, a drunk guy is walking down the street and he sees this nun. He runs up and knocks her over and says, "You don't feel so tough now, do you, Batman?" Wow, that'll teach you to drink, and walk. Hello. Oh, and Linda had a joke already. Sorry, I missed it. Linda says, "Why are men like blenders?" Because every woman who has one doesn't know why. Wait. Why are men like blenders? Every woman has one who doesn't know. Everyone who has one doesn't know why. Wait. I use my blender all the time. What does that mean? Yes, Linda had the first joke. I just missed it. David Jones says men are only there for wedding gifts. Wait. Linda says mine is in the corner on the computer. And she's talking about a man, not a blender. No, I mean just a blender. Oh, next one. Hi, Jesus. Marcel says, 3 wise men visit Joseph and Mary in the stable to see the newborn son. One extremely tall wise man hits his head on the door frame and exclaims, "Jesus Christ!" Joseph looks at Mary and says, "Write that one down. That's much better than Clyde." David Jones says, "I'm reading words wrong again because I don't have my glasses on." It's true. I'm getting blinder by the day. Hello. Marcel writes, "So I took off her shirt." And then she says, "Take off my skirt." So I took off her skirt. "Take off my shoes," she says. So I take off her shoes. Now take off my hose, bra, and panties. So I take them off. Then she looks at me and says, then she looks at me and says, good. Now I don't want you, good. Now I don't want to catch you wearing my things again. Oh, I messed up the timing on that one. So she looks at me and says, take off my shirt. So I do. And she says, take off my skirt. So I do. And then she says, take off my hose and panties and shoes. So I do. Then she turns and looks at me and says, now, I don't want to catch you wearing my things again. Jesus says it's his birthday next Friday, and will I sing for him? Yes! 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 And that is a threat on a promise. Marcel says that joke is better when it's told by a man. Oops. Oh, I like that one, Marcel. Yeah, buy earplugs. So, hello, everybody. Oh. Sam says, were you in the sun today? Your hair looks lighter. No. I think it's just, it depends on the light coming in the window. No, actually, Sam, it's because the times, now it's getting brighter at 5. So I've got more light than like a month ago. So it's brighter at 5. Yes, everyone will have to have earplugs for next Friday. Wait, T says, how old are you going to be? Are you telling people? Linda has a joke. Linda writes, little Johnny was on a park bench stuffing all of his Halloween candy into his mouth. And a little old lady comes over to him and says, son, don't you know that eating all that candy will rot your teeth, give you acne, and make you sick? And little Johnny says, my grandfather lived to be 105 years old. And the old lady says, well, did he eat 5 candy bars at one sitting, the little old lady says. No, says little Johnny, but he minded his own freaking business. Get off my lawn. Wee Doggy says, you have a clear picture. You know, it's just because the light's gotten brighter. It's gotten lighter at 5. Marcel says, I have trouble sleeping and I'm blaming my diet. I've been buying a lot of those deep-fried pork rinds. I'm not eating them, though. I'm just trying to reassemble a pig in my apartment. It's not like a jigsaw puzzle. And yeah, oh yeah, and my foot is still broken, yes. I'm still crippled and housebound. Wing Doggy says, yeah, my picture is clear, not foggy, and out of focus. Well, the picture's always better when there's light, when there's enough light. In fact, there's enough light so that I don't have to turn on a light. Maybe that's helping Wing Doggy. Because when it's not bright enough, I have to turn on a light. So I just have the light from the window. David Jones has a political joke. David Jones says, I'm just curious. Why do you think all the Republicans are throwing each other under the bus? Couldn't they find a token? The speed bump? Oh, it's just Ted Cruz, says John Boner. Yes, John Boner, for anyone who hasn't seen it, John Boner, the former Speaker of the House, and from last year, just a little recently, um, who used to be like the main guy for the Republican opposition, is now referred to one of his fellow Republican presidential candidates as the most horrible person he's ever worked with, and Lucifer in the flesh. Now talk about a resounding endorsement. I don't think you can get a better endorsement from a colleague than that. It's really not sounding very good, does it? Oh, goodness. You think he hates him? Does anyone get the idea that John Boner hates Ted Cruz? Just a little? Even Donald Trump is going, wow, that was harsh. Oh, and Linda says, his name isn't Boner, it's Boehner. I refuse to believe that, Linda. Get it. B-O-H-N. Let me ask you what you think he was called in elementary school. Boehner or Boner? Mm-hmm. Boner. Boner for like 20 years. He heard it all. Yeah, so anyhow, so hello. Yeah, I don't think we've ever heard one guy from the same political party call another guy such a strong insult. I don't think in the history of politics there's ever been somebody's ever called somebody on his same party such an insult. Oh, Sam's got a joke. Knock, knock. Knock, knock. Who's there? Pasta. Pasta who? Pasta la vista, baby. Marcel says, a drunk man stumbled into a church where a baptism was being performed. The priest noticed him and asked him if he wanted to find Jesus. And the drunk man says, sure, I'll find Jesus. So the priest took the drunk man's head and dunked him in the baptism waters. When he came up for air, he was sputtering and coughing. He said, damn, says the drunk man, are you sure he fell in there? Yep, he's in there. So yes, it's Funny Friday, where we share jokes to put everybody in a good mood for the weekend. So I have, oh, and Wing Doggy's got a joke. A man asks a farmer near a field, says, sir, do you mind if I crushed your field instead of going around it? You see, I've got to catch the 4:23 train. The farmer says, sure, go right on ahead. And if my bull sees you, you might even catch the 4:11. Sam says, knock, knock. Who's there? Horton. Horton hears a who? No, knock, knock. Who's there? Horton hears. Horton here's a who. Didn't know you still read Dr. Seuss. That's who. It's one of my favorite books. Marcel says 3 rabbits escape from a testing lab and find an entire field full of carrots. They eat themselves into a stupor and sleep throughout the night. The next morning they find an entire field full of female rabbits with no males in sight. They screw themselves silly into a stupor and sleep throughout the night. The next morning the rabbits get to talking and the one says, I'm going to go back to that field of carrots, says one. And another one says, I'm going to go back to those cute little rabbits, says a second. And the third says, I'm going to go back to the lab because I'm dying for a cigarette. Oh, that's not funny. Animal testing jokes. No. Wing Doggy's got one. Patient says, Doctor, help me, please. Every time I drink a cup of coffee, I get this intense stinging in my eyes. The doctor says, okay, sir. May I suggest that you remove the spoon before drinking it? Ah. Sam's got another one. Knock, knock. Who's there? Tinkerbell. Tinkerbell who? Think your bell is out of order. Marcel has one. 2 old ladies are at the movies, and one of them leans over to the other and goes, Psst, hey, Patch, I think the guy next to me is beating off. And the other one goes, what makes you think that? And she says, well, he's using my hand. Oh, Linda's got one. A gorilla walks into a bar and says, Scotch on the rocks, please. And the gorilla hands the bartender a $10 bill. The bartender thinks to himself, this gorilla doesn't know the price of drinks, and gives him 15 cents change. The bartender says, you know, we don't get too many gorillas in here. And the gorilla replies, well, at $9.85 a drink, I ain't coming back either. It's Funny Friday, where we share jokes to put everyone in a good mood for the weekend. So I hope you have some wonderful, fun, exciting plans for your weekend. So here's one. A man, his son, and a dog walk into a bar. Ow! Ow! Woof! Open your eyes. Marcel says, once there was a little boy in church, and he had to go to the bathroom. So he told his mother, goes, Mommy, I have to piss. And the mother says, son, don't say piss in church. Next time you have to piss, say whisper, because it's more polite. The next Sunday, the little boy is sitting next to his father. This time, and once again, he has to go to the bathroom. So he tells his father, Daddy, I have to whisper. And the father says, okay, here, whisper in my ear. Ah. When Doggy says, 9 out of 10 voices in my head is telling me that I'm too fat. Well, the 10th one is calmly preparing me a bowl of chips. I like that one. Sam's got another one, another knock knock. Knock knock. Who's there? Put who? Put a sack in it and open the door. Linda's got another one. 3 vampires walk into a bar. The first one says, I'll have a pint of blood. And the second one says, I'll have one too. And the third one says, I'll have a pint of plasma. The bartender says, there'll be 2 bloods and a blood light. Ah. David Jones writes P-I-N-T. I don't know what you're talking about. Wing Doggy's got another one. Husband brings his child back from kindergarten and asks his wife, he's been crying the whole time home. Is he sick or something? And the wife says, no, honey, he's just trying to tell you, you got the wrong kid. Oh. Knock, knock. Who's there? Ben. Ben who? Bend over. What? What? It's Funny Friday. It's Fun Friday, where we share jokes to put everyone in a good mood for the weekend. So, Marcel's got another joke. A blonde bought some goldfish, but she did not know how to feed them. So she called up her brunette friend and asked for help. Once they were done feeding them, the blonde says, now what do I give them to drink? Vodka. Goldfish like vodka. When Doggy says, a crowded elevator smells differently to children and midgets. I don't like this in here. It's Funny Friday. And thank you guys for the jokes. These are awesome. And Marcel has one. This is, oh goodness, it's 5:47. So, okay, this is going to be the last one. Marcel says, a man takes a beautiful blonde to his apartment. They start kissing in the elevator when she feels something in his pocket. What is that? She asks. And he says, he says, those are my golf balls. She says, is that like tennis elbow? A man is in a butcher shop and says, "I would like bull testicles, please." And the butcher says, "Me too." Okay, last one. Linda says, why does a blonde dog have lumps on his head? Because he's been chasing parked cars. Ow. I still don't get the tennis elbow one. It's like, So, all right. Oh, okay. Last one. Sam has the very last one. Marcel says, "Go ask your brunette friend." Sam says, "Knock, knock. Who's there?" "Cows go." "Cows go who?" "Cows go moo, not who." All right. Those are awesome. I want to thank you all for participating in another awesome Funny Friday. So, woohoo! So I will be back on Monday for Motivational Monday, but I want to thank you guys for coming to see me because you're awesome. Let me say goodbye to everybody. Allura Star and Shocker and Sturgis Guy and T-Sis and House of Dave and Sam and St. Clinton and Eric and Petey and Tim and Ryan and Photo and Phil Chandler and Mark Mean and Star Raven and Ian G. Tomlinson and Fairies Lover and Lucky Girl and Azure Yusuf and the Creme and Marcel and Jim Dandy and Bill Knaus and Scott Kimmis and Joe Barney and Red Stapler and John McCain and Blair Cooper and Brett and Terry Sue and Cosmic Joe and Jay Dahlman and Wing Doggy and N1QOV and let me make sure I didn't miss anyone. Sam and St. Clinton. Hang on one second. All right, kisses for everybody. Bye. I love you all. Bye, T-Sis. I'll see you guys on Monday. Bye. Have a great weekend.